Ethiopian PM has arrived in a European country. He is on a secret mission. He will visit 4 European countries in the next few days. Welcome to my views and news. Thanks for watching the channel. Good to be with you. Too many news stories in this video. Firstly, what is Ethiopian PM doing in Europe? Several key meetings due to take place. Is Eritrea watching very closely? Secondly, Ridwan Hussein and Getachew Reda gave an interview last night to an Ethiopian news outlet. What did the two say? Let's start with the story about Getachew Reda and Ridwan Hussein. Getachew and Ridwan both working in federal government. Ridwan Hussein is head of Ethiopian intelligence agency. NIS is led by him. Getachew Reda is a state minister, advisor to the prime minister on East Africa affairs. Their interview was expected to be full of criticism of the TPLF, and that is what happened. By the way, TPLF Tigray channels have been lashing out at the federal government for launching Getachew Reda. Getachew has been criticizing Tigray military TPLF leaders. In his past interviews, he leveled serious allegations of gold smuggling, human trafficking, robbing, stealing against Tigray military commanders and TPLF leaders. Tigray military TPLF accused Getachew of working to tarnish the image of Tigray military, and they call him a traitor now. So the last night's interview of Getachew and Ridwan was as we expected. The two slammed TPLF, Tigray People's Liberation Front. Getachew said that from day one, TPLF has been undermining Pretoria deal. It in fact opposed Pretoria deal, and that he was targeted by TPLF for signing Pretoria. Secondly, they claimed that the issue of IDPs is being used for political purposes. What does it mean? I mean, how? If the IDP issue is being used for political purposes, the issue should be solved. Problem is that the status of the area from where the IDPs are is not clear. That's a political issue. So issue is basically political. If you don't decide who will be in charge of Maravolkai SAG, then you won't be able to solve the issue of return of IDPs. Maybe a small number of IDPs could return, but if you want 1 million to return to Maravolkai SAG, then you have to make a decision about the status of the area, which is not clear. So far, the area is under the control of Amhara forces. The issue is basically political. Return of IDPs to Maravolkai SAG is not just a humanitarian issue, it's a political issue. Lastly, they talked about Eritrea-TPLF alliance, that they are working together to undermine the Pretoria deal. A viewer contacted me today. He said, Sajid, you mention TPLF Eritrea links as if they are doing something evil, as if TPLF is betraying the people of Tigray by forming alliance with Eritrea. Why don't you talk about the alliance between TPLF and Addis Ababa, or Getachew and Addis Ababa? Addis Ababa and Asmara were allies in the war on Tigray. Both killed Tigrayans. So if TPLF makes an alliance with Addis Ababa, it's acceptable. But if TPLF makes an alliance with Asmara, it's unacceptable. Why? Valid question. I agree. Both were partners in the war against Tigray forces. But TPLF and federal government signed Pretoria deal. They decided to make a new start. Secondly, Tigray is part of Ethiopia. TPLF agreed to respect Ethiopian sovereignty and territorial integrity. This is what TPLF agreed. I am not saying that I am supportive of contacts between Eritrea and TPLF, between Eritrea and Addis Ababa, between Addis Ababa and Mekelle. I am the first one, I have been the first one who has been calling for dialogue. But when you meet, when you hold a dialogue to form long term strategic alliances and you have wars in your mind, that is the problem. And when you want to wage wars, when you want to plan to overthrow governments, that is dangerous. That should be handled in a very sensitive and careful manner. So Tigray should have good relations with Eritrea. Tigray Addis Ababa relations should also be good. But all that should happen publicly. Secret deals with unannounced motives and targets sometimes lead to disaster. Now, the main story is from Europe. Abiy, Ethiopian Prime Minister, has arrived in France. Is due to meet with Emmanuel Macron, French President. The Prime Minister of Ethiopia will visit 4 European countries in the next few days. Firstly, France. Secondly, neighboring the UK. Thirdly, Italy. Fourthly, Germany. Last night, a news source claimed that the Ethiopian PM was going to depart on a mission into space. We deliver a message of peace from space. I don't know if he will go into space or not, but he has arrived in Europe. So I know what he's doing in Europe. I don't know what he will do in space if he went there. I'm not sure. What is he doing in Europe? The mission on which he is a special mission. It's not a routine foreign tour, official tour by the Ethiopian PM. Gideon Timotheus, the foreign minister, is already in Europe. I think he's in Brussels. So he will join him. Both the prime minister, the foreign minister, others will hold high-level meetings with European leaders. Could this visit of Europe be linked to Ethiopian economy? Well, Ethiopia has already acquired the needed assistance. It it is receiving assistance from IMF, World Bank. Its debt restructuring, loan payment rescheduling has also been green lighted by European players. Then what is the Prime Minister doing in Europe? Well, what I have learned is that the Prime Minister's visit is linked to Ethiopian diplomacy about access to sea. The Prime Minister has been working on a strategy which I hinted at in a video, if you remember. I said that a 6-month plan has been made by the government. Government is working on it. Government wants to pave the way. It wants to convince the international community about its need for having access to sea. And before this visit of the Prime Minister, a lot of work has been done in terms of diplomacy, in terms of lobbying, in terms of consultations with key players in Europe, in terms of consultations with law firms. A lot has been happening in recent months. Prime Minister of Ethiopia wants to pave the way for making big moves in future. He wants to tell the international community that Ethiopia needs access to sea. World should support Ethiopia. Ethiopia wants it peacefully. It wants it through dialogue. But if its needs are not met, and the neighboring countries, try to keep Ethiopia in chains, Ethiopia will be forced to consider other options. Money is being spent, by the way. Ethiopian government is spending lots of money on lobbying, on hiring people in Europe. He will visit, or his representatives will visit America and Canada too, especially America. They're busy there as well. Let's see, Eritrea watching very closely. If I, sitting in Pakistan, know about the Prime Minister's agenda in Europe, don't expect that Eritrea is sleeping. Uh, they have good intelligence agency, they have good connections in Europe. They know what Ethiopian PM, Ethiopian government are doing in Europe. Let's see, will the Prime Minister be able to convince the Western leaders about Ethiopian needs to gain access to sea? Thank you for watching.